And we're at it on Wednesday, the Wednesday edition of the podcast. Welcome to it. It's Boomer, Pinder. There's Retro. That's Jack.
The Rhetster. Yeah.
Good old Jack. Over there.
It's in the crew now.
He was rocking the slides and socks the other day.
It's a cocky move.
It's a statement.
You got to have some swagger if you're going socks and slides.
Yeah, he's been here for 2 weeks already.
Look like Rob Ray.
Kids these days. Yeah, I was
going to
say.
Like Rob Ray. God. What's going on with Sly? Did we bend Sly?
No. Sly's just having a rest on the couch. Because he was, it was just his midriff, and it was a little bit weird. There's a lot of
was it
homoerotic vibes.
Well, maybe to you.
No, I just mean for the viewer. It's behind me. I don't even get to see it.
Did you bend him?
No, he's sitting.
All right.
Take a load off, Sly.
Just ease up there, Sly. You
hands up.
Fuck, he's buttered up, hey? Like he's
all
there's
a lot of baby oil
shiny
on
there.
there.
God, he's loving it.
And
there,
that is not Chicago Cubs.
Looks like it.
Calgary Cannons.
Well, how about that?
Had a buddy. It's got some old Cannons gear. Broke it out of the bag.
So is that
prove it?
Game used?
No, that's a plastic souvenir.
From the day, or is it
from the day?
A repro?
No, not a re. Here. And you start acting up.
That's right. It looks like a fish bonker.
It is a fish bonker. Cannons. This would probably
I just about hit you on the head the other day. It was sitting on the top shelf and went rolling off and just about knocked you the out. I got word from Serge over at Tower Chrysler. We're here in the Tower Chrysler studios.
What's
luxurious here in the Tower Chrysler studios. We were talking yesterday. Retro, was it yesterday or the day before? You said Serge versus Rocky.
Yeah,
you were taking. Now, were you taking Serge because he's?
Well, we didn't know if it was an alley or in a ring because we thought Rusty Shank Serge could have got him in the end.
Yeah, I was not gonna. I picked Serge because I think he would go. I think he'd go deep down into a dark place. I think Rocky's tough and he's got a hell of a chin, but I think eventually Sly, he's not gonna resort to foreign objects. I'll say that. Whereas Serge,
I don't know that Sly.
Whatever.
Serge is going to go into the trunks.
The dark arts.
Yeah.
We saw like Bertuzzi stealing sticks, breaking them. I feel like Serge dark arts.
He'd be like Mr. Fuji. He'd be throwing salt in your eye, spewing green spew. You never know, 100%. Right? 100%. Serge said, yeah, he said he would take Sylvester any day, and he's way taller.
Yeah,
like and he'd kick the shit out of him.
Way taller.
Now he did say the cardboard cutout. I don't know if he meant the actual.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes,
he's younger in this too. What did he say he was, like 75?
How old? Yeah, and I saw videos online within the last couple of years. Stallone's still like,
oh yeah,
ripped and lifting, and
that's his payday.
Listen, I really don't care, but I'm pretty sure he tried to get into Australia a few moons back, and they told him, beat it. You got a bunch of steroids on you.
Oh, 76-year-old juice monkey. 76.
76.
If you're effing 76, do as you please, man.
Just tell him it's boner pills and move along. Let's go.
If Dick 76. Pound is on your case for blood doping and such, well, sorry,
That's
Dick.
An amazing pull from Rhett.
Dick
A
Pound.
Dick Pound reference.
Yeah.
Wow. WADA, IOC, Canadian delegate, Dick Pound. Excellent, Rhett.
I don't know what to do about the pre-show. I feel like it's wasted content. I don't know, but at the same time, I feel if we start putting out the content, it's going to change it. We'll be on guard a little bit. It won't be as generic and fluid as it is right now. We've learned a lot about Alex's rec hockey team over time. We hear a lot about just our married lives, our lives in general.
Yeah.
But Rhett threw it out there earlier in the pre-show today. We don't have the footage or the audio, but I'll share it with you. We know you've been big on soup. You've gone to Buffalo. It was Italian wedding. You've
been a good soup place.
Into the Italian wedding already this morning. And even though spring has more or less sprung, you're on kind of a hearty, heavy, wintry type of a dish right now. It's the shepherd pie.
Yeah. Well, yesterday it was chilly out here, like probably 7, and overcast, kind of on and off, blustery, not snowing, but rain. and I had a hankering for some shepherd's pie, and man, was it good. And so
Anchor.
you know what? I doubled down. I made it for supper, and I got a big portion of it, new plate, whatever you want to call it, sitting over there in the oven, ready to go as soon as the show's over. I'm going to crush it again.
I do like that too. So good. You're like, I don't care if it's 2 meals in a row. It's too good. Got to do it.
So walk me through. Are you making this or are you buying it outside?
I cheated today with the mashed. I bought the pre-made mash out of those containers. But
What?
the rest of it's made.
Like from a deli, you're telling me? Somebody else made it, or is this some instant weird Yankee
It's
thing?
not instant. It's not instant. Yeah, they got the. You can get them in Calgary. Simple.
You're talking deli,
Yes.
not like store.
Okay. So somebody has made it
a nice mashed potato. Yeah.
Because you said you got the container of it. You cheated and you got the container. I guess it's. Yeah, Alex is.
I didn't
up in
have
arms.
time.
He's like, pre-made
I didn't
mashed.
have time.
You were crushing him about using store-bought curry powder, and now you're
Well-
coming out here with store-bought mashed.
They're potatoes, and they're butter, and there's milk in it. So, what do you do with your mashed potatoes?
Make them and eat them.
Just make a reservoir, pour gravy in it.
That's right. Yeah, you make a little
Hello.
volcano. Yeah.
If you're a wimp volcano.
I
My
do.
point is, it's not a bunch of junk like Alex and his shitty curry that he's buying from the store. Get yourself a mortar and pestle and do it. Just get the ingredients and grind that shit up.
A mortar and
Pestle.
there we are.
It's a tough
It's
word,
yours.
Ryan.
Come on,
Try it.
Ryan.
Just wasn't sure
Dick.
what I'd heard. I thought I heard Phil
You
Kessel
say
for a
it
moment.
Yeah.
Mortar and pestle.
Yeah, maybe
Hot
more
dogs and
tea in
Kessel.
there.
I've got a friggin' headache.
What about
I
that
got a
though? There
cold
is
here.
that debate. There is that debate that Alex was brought up. Do you like a little change to your shepherd's pie? I don't know anyone that doesn't like shepherd's pie. First of all, I was talking to the big human today, and I mentioned I was making shepherd's pie. Ecstatic.
Oh, I
Doesn't
bet.
like peas in it. Doesn't like peas in it. Thoughts?
Man,
Aren't peas kind of like raisins? Like if they're in there, fine. But like if they weren't in there, I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, I would
I
think
don't know
that's
how to
true.
feel about it because I think of stew or a chef's pie. I do feel like if it's not there, I'm not going to be saying it's missing it.
Right.
But I feel like it's when I'm making it, it makes me. I feel like I'm making a better dish if I include the peas,
It's easier on the eyes.
Mhm.
A little bit of color in there.
right?
Well, corn and peas.
Color.
It's a
You've got
beautiful
carrots,
dish. Yeah.
carrots, and then the pea. It's really it gives you that whole spectrum of color. But I don't know
And
if I
in
went to
most-
a restaurant, I'd be throwing it in the waiter's face. Where's my fucking peas, dude?
Hey, asshole.
Yeah, but I think most restaurants that serve it, there's peas in it. I would think
Yeah.
that
I
the
would
pea deletion would be an odd thing.
Yeah, like if you were to go online, find 10 recipes for shepherd's pie, how many of them include peas? 100?
I
Out
would
of 10?
think, yeah.
100% is what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
No,
The 10 out of 100 was maybe
Yeah.
epic boomer.
No,
math.
and you know what? Anybody else would be like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about.
How many out of 10? 100?
100%, probably so 10 out of 10. I would,
Yeah,
I
I'd say
would
9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Yeah.
because what do you now?
Now-
You're not putting potatoes because you're putting the mashed on top.
Yeah.
What are you doing with shrooms? Are you putting any shrooms in it?
I can't do shrooms at my house. I only do the ones that mess
Shrooms
with
at
your
the
brain.
club?
My kids and my
Right.
family don't. The shoveler does not eat shrooms.
No porcinis?
Now get this. Likes the flavor of the mushroom, not the texture.
I got a kid like that. Doesn't like texture mushroom.
Yeah.
Mushrooms, you got to mince them so small so he doesn't know he's doing it.
Yeah, fool them.
Now, what about the curry that Alex brought up? Can we put curry in our shepherd's pie? I'm not going to do it, probably, but
I don't. Curry is not in my arsenal.
I like a good curry.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I do too.
I feel like it overpowers the scent. It's then all I'm doing is currying myself.
So you don't
Where are
like
we using
curry,
curry?
period?
Yeah, it's the smell.
So like
The
a
smell
butter
is
chicken
most,
or
yeah,
a Navratan korma, you're not?
whatever that. No, no.
Hmm. A
Good little curry,
Penang?
rice, vegetables, stir fry, bang.
Yeah,
You don't like
not
a
so much.
Penang curry?
I made a jambalaya last night.
Really?
Went over huge in
Sexy.
the house.
Howdy, that's a hell of a bit of work for you,
And
Damn
DJ.
right it
I
did.
make I don't make it all the time, but
Oh,
whenever my middle kid, he'll eat anything. Breakfast the other day was leftover steak and potatoes and
Perfect.
cold like Caesar salad.
Yep.
He'll eat anything. He's like a friggin' I don't know what. He's just a fucking
It's like a
animal.
compost bin for
God.
anything.
Like his dad.
But he doesn't really care for this. Like, how's dinner? Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's him.
Everything's pretty good.
It was good. Yeah, it was pretty good. He went out of his. This is really good, Dad. It's like, holy shit! I took his fever. I'm like Are you wearing a Halloween mask? Like, who are you? And then I got from around the table. It's like, yeah, this is better than you usually make.
How long does it take to do jambalaya? Because I imagine a lot of
Now,
it's from scratch.
What did you do different
just-
that made it so good?
I don't think I did anything different. The only thing maybe I did different is I used more sausage than I would have.
Sausage.
Maybe used more sausage.
That's gonna flavor
there
it up
again,
a notch.
you're using the spicy sausage. It wasn't what was I using last night? It's like the spicy
Chorizo
one.
and andouille.
Yeah, I think it was a chorizo sausage. And it went over. You know how it went over? Gangbusters.
Like a fart in
Okay,
church.
Yeah.
No, better than that.
No, put in some chicken. I had some chicken and some sausage, then some shrimp at the end. Don't put the shrimp in when you're putting everything else in, because then it shrivels up like your ball sack. You got to put it in right at the end so that it's still got some texture to it. You talk about texture. You got to have some There's nothing. It's awful when you're eating some. This shrimp is.
Did you find that?
You gotta have texture for your what?
Ball sack for texture?
Yeah. If
that's
the shrimp is reminiscent of your ball sack, you have overcooked the shrimp. Oh, you put it in right at the end. Right at the end. Let the temperature of even turn it off. Turn the fucking thing off. Put the shrimp in. The temperature of the dish is gonna take care of that for you.
It's just gonna cook.
Couple
You've
bay
lost me
leaves
with
in there.
sack reference.
Some onion, some garlic. Yeah. I love cooking.
Now,
so that's why when you say
jump
peas, if I'm putting the peas in, it makes me feel better.
So if your middle kid who has no opinion but offered you a compliment last night, if you were to make a paella or a jambalaya, which way does he lean? And which do you lean?
I think because the paella is going to have more of a fishy taste to it, he's probably going to go. And it's interesting too, because everybody kind of has their, the daughter wanted more chicken. So they were doing one of this thing. I like the sausage. I'll trade you for chicken. Oh, I like the shrimp. I'll trade you for the sausage. So that sort of thing. So yeah, Mama likes the sausage.
The shows.
You're right.
Sack,
This pre-show is amazing.
Are
we on? Has the show begun?
Sausage for the mama. My daughter, she enjoys the chicken, and middle guy, he kind of he can kind of take it or leave it at the best of times. Christ, that guy ate about 9 pounds of jambalaya in the last 8 hours. I swear to God, I couldn't keep it up. Unbelievable.
Which one has the saffron? Wasn't one of those dishes the paella or is there saffron in one of those? Shit's expensive.
It is expensive. You ever see saffron? You buy the little friggin' jar.
Pinder?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know much about saffron.
Saffron, it comes in like you'll see it in the grocery store. In a little vial.
Expensive.
So expensive.
Yeah.
It's very expensive for sure.
So you guys are masters of your own domain in the kitchen there. I definitely am more than happy to let the warden run things there. She's phenomenal at it. I'm really not. She wants to do it. I'd rather throw Lugans around in the backyard. It's perfect.
Well, you know
why do you think you're good at it at 3 a.m?
I'm hungry at 3 a.m. I'm not trying to pull off some gourmet dish. The fuck do we have
But
in the
you
fridge?
do. Now, wait a minute. That's not true. That's not true. I've seen pictures and heard you describe of your late night arrivals where you go into the fridge and you get busy. Like there's a lot of times there's sausage, pierogies. You're like it's not a bag of chips that you're reaching for. You make a meal.
But again, that would pale in comparison to the warden's menu. She's quite wonderful at the
I wouldn't know.
cuisine.
I've never been invited over.
You're here for
I
2
went
weeks.
to Chiang Mai.
Yeah, I've been invited over.
Cooking classes. If you want me to, well, you don't like curry, do you know, to make you a Penang. Love
Invited Rhett over in the summer. Invited Dean as well. Rhett moved to Buffalo. Dean came over.
Scared the piss out of me. I had to get the F out of town.
That's right.
Is that what it was? Yeah, I don't know. I just we can talk. You said it. We'll get into the hockey here.
Yeah.
But you said, and I don't know if it's we got spoiled on night one or if night two kind of shit the bed. Last night wasn't as captivating.
I just think about opening night, and it's like we had Bruins on center stage almost immediately, and this is like the team for the ages, potentially. And so it's like, okay, there's some curiosity there. They also had that flu running through. You know, Canes had Ranta in net. You're wondering, is there a chance for the Islanders here? They're kind of a sexy underdog pick. I think 2 of the 3 of us are on the Islanders for the series win there. And then you get 2 overtimes. You don't get 2 overtimes every night. You probably don't get more than a couple overtimes a week in the playoffs. Night 1 was an absolute smash hit. Whereas I felt like last night, the first 2 games were blowouts. You kept waiting for them to get more competitive. And, you know, the Leafs pull within 2, and then immediately they're down by 3 again. And then it's major penalties. And then, you know, it was gone. That had the potential to be a great game, and it was gone early. And then the night games, the underdogs kind of did the sleeper thing. They got a lead early and tried to smother the other teams to death. It wasn't a great night.
You know what, though? You need those kind of nights sometimes.
Well, it reminds us how lucky we were to have night 1.
All right. Didn't need to be all in last night. You could just kind of, okay, I don't need to watch every second. I can miss a little bit here and there.
It's NBA playoffs, jumped over, watched close out 4 outs against
totally loving that.
Astros. Like, there's lots going on.
Lots going on. Did you watch a lot of NBA last night, Rhett?
I watched a few jams. Tatum score a few points, put one down at the end. Yeah.
Any rim rockers?
Huckleberry?
Are there any dimes? At the gym. I didn't watch any. I couldn't even get the effing hockey to work last night. I had to buy a new streaming package.
I was going to say, it's that MSG vortex that you're stuck in the state of New York, because you got New York State teams, 2 of them going, and the Cross River rival. Yeah.
Painful. I couldn't watch that game. Drove me nuts.
Speaking of painful, my elbow.
Is it not better?
Oh. How's the swelling?
You still thinking that's gout?
I don't know what it is.
Because the whole idea of gout is that it's that uric acid starts crystallizing in the joint. So any movement to the joint hurts. If you can swing it without pain, that to me feels like swinging a miss.
Well, no, it's a different. I don't know how to explain.
It just touches anything and it feels like,
you can just take your finger, which is why I thought gout. Because if you've ever had the gout,
the bed sheet weighs
you can just kind of touch,
just graze it.
Ooh, and that's the same thing here. If I just right there.
I'm telling you, I'm with Rhett. I think you got a bone spur piercing a bursa sac. That thing's going to blow up like a balloon. You're going to have to drain that bastard by next week.
It's hot as hell.
Yeah,
I can feel the heat through my sweater.
It's called an infection, bud. That's what that is.
Oh, good. Don't like that.
Speaking of sweater, you see the sweater. Not so much the one that I'm wearing.
That's not pretty nice, yeah.
It is nice. But look at the one that old Pin Dog's got on there. Little bar.
These were selling like hotcakes at the draft.
We had them on at the draft on sale. People have been on social media. What do I got to do to get them? You just hang on. We're going to have them. We're going to have our little merch store. We're working slowly but surely. We're a startup little operation here. Hey, we're a mom and pop.
Yep.
We're not
Amazon.com.
Not Jeff Bezos over here. Huh? It's going to take a little while, but we're going to have some barn burner garb.
I don't even think that long. I think by the end of the week, I would hope you could buy one of these bad boys. We got t-shirts as well, but the hoodies are popular now. I get it. It's spring, still cool in the morning.
Yeah.
Sun comes out in the afternoon, and in a couple months, blow out those t-shirts.
There you go.
Tell that J-Rod I don't respond to his high-pressure sales tactics. He's texting me, giving me shit. Like,
is he?
Yes. Hey, you
It's
got. Whoa, Sonny. Whoa.
Sonny.
Pump
What was
the
he?
brakes.
What was he trying to get you to do?
No,
Oh,
the
he
Wolverine's
needs
been cited in
numbers
Calgary
and
too.
contacts and doing this, and I need that. And I'm like, what am I, an encyclopedia? Use the internet.
Let me ask you this question, because
What am I, an encyclopedia?
he disputed it. He was no. So Jar Rod, of course, Oilers Nation, Oilers guy, 2 days ago, sending text, boys.
Here
I'll
we
be
are.
on my cell if you need me. Hey, taking videos and shots outside the rink, and yeah, baby.
Look at the concourse. Puck drops in an hour.
Then went absolutely dark. Nothing.
Like tumbleweed
Is he-
across the desert.
Where is he? Today, day of game 2 in Edmonton. He's in Calgary.
I got a lot of work to do.
Oh, have you lost faith already after one game? No. Because it felt like you were going to be going to home games. This was going to be a thing. This is the start of a long run. You were all in. But yet here you are. No, I just got lots of work.
It's a long
I
run.
got lots of work to do. I got so much work to do.
Couple
So
games a
busy. I
week.
mean, I could have gone. A buddy of mine was like, yeah, you want to go to the game? I was like, no, I'm just so busy. Can't help but wonder if it was a big win in game 1, if Jar Rod would be up north still today.
It's beautiful this time of year. I'm
It
told.
is, yeah.
Yeah, the River Valley. Love it.
God, what does a Kings win tonight do?
That puts them right into the mayor's seat of Puckerville.
How many road teams have won? Because Tampa does it last night.
6.
The Rangers do it. There
6.
is nothing better.
Yep.
Now, who knows? We'll see how the series go.
Yep.
But there really is nothing better than being the road team and winning game 1.
We talked about it. I asked Rhett a week ago. He said he loves starting on the road. You were underdogs a fair amount. You also had great goaltenders in a lot of those runs. I love those vibes of being a dog, starting on the road, just win one. You've stolen home ice. And the first 2 series we saw, Carolina won, Boston won at home. The other 6 games, game 1s, all won by dogs, all won by road teams, all teams stealing home ice.
And you love winning game 1, Retro. I was looking at the Jets, the Rangers, as they were coming off the ice. It was like, nice.
Yeah.
House money a little bit
Kraken
right now.
in Denver.
Yeah, that's a big one. Now, I got to admit, I watched a bit of it. I didn't stay up to watch the whole thing. But what's the narrative? What's the sense from people out there? Is this just kind of, hey, give Colorado time, they're going to be fine? Or
there's a lot of series like that. I mean, one of the questions I saw last night from our boy Big Nick Alberga was which team is in the greatest need for a bounce back after game 1 loss. And I only listed the home teams because you're never in trouble till you lose at home in a series, right? We know that.
Well,
I think the power rankings to me is like, okay, so no one's under more heat than Toronto right now. You got negotiation of extensions for Nylander and Matthews this summer. The GM is on an expiring contract, and they've lost in the first round 7 years in a row. That has got to be peak pucker right now, is Leafland. Now, it's only one game, but I think that's got to be peak pucker. I kind of think Edmonton's number 2 on that list. You need to saw things off, heading to get behind 2-0 in LA, and there's a lot of doubt that creeps in. No, I'm not suggesting it's going to be easy for the Kings to win tonight. I think Edmonton's going to be real good. McDavid did not have a point. You said it yesterday. And then, Dallas, for all the work they did playing 90 minutes of hockey, playing Minnesota, they're down. And then I probably would look at Vegas and after that, because they did not look like a top seed last night. That was a classic Rhett team performance. Came in with a good goalie, dictated play.
So of those series that you see on the screen right now, right there, right? That's underdogs, if you will, winning game 1. Who, in your mind, has the best chance out of that group of 4 on your screen? This is the Western Conference for those listening. Yeah. Who has the best, in your mind, chance to complete the upset, if you will?
I think Wild and Stars already felt close to coin toss. We saw how the Wild can play. They're built for playoffs. And I think the Jets were a nice pick when you consider it's Hellebuck against his old backup that hardly played in net. Like, when in doubt this time of year, a lot of Rhett's picks were like, I'm going with the goalie. And he's seen it. Well, you got the goalie. You got more than a fighting chance in a best of 7.
Did you just pick 2 teams?
I did. Those are the
You
two that I
cheater.
think.
Pick
Who
one.
do you like
said.
the most? Upset?
I like the Jets. I picked the Jets. I don't think Vegas
Yeah.
is all they're cracked up to be. I think Hellebuck can win you a game, and I actually think the Jets underperformed all year with the lineup they have. So if they find a little motivation and a little bit of swagger, they're going to be tough to beat. They're a playoff style team. The Wild, absolutely, if they could win the next game. I just think Dallas outplayed them, to be honest with you. That was physical and hard and good, but I think Ottinger was awesome. I just, it's going to be tight for sure. But for me, I would pick the Jets are going to be the team that come through this.
Let's go to that series. I know we've got the score last night. 5-1 is how it ends up now. It was scoreless through one. The Jets get two in a hurry to start the second period from Kyle Connor and Pierre-Luc Dubois, who again, it kind of sucks for Winnipeg because I feel like this guy's had a hell of a year. He's a pretty good player.
Well, and look, nothing like a bunch of winning to change how you feel about things. Yeah. So they go on a run. Maybe that changes things. But yeah, it kind of feels like he's out of here. He needs a new contract.
I saw my wife told me this morning, the woman that I live with, full-on winter storm, like potentially closing highways in Manitoba.
So it's going to be tough. They got to fly to Fargo and then bust into Winnipeg.
So they are,
clear the highways.
But anyway, so there you see it, the one lone goal, pretty nice goal from Karlsson. But on the other side, a pair for Mr. Lowry, one into the empty net, one on the power play,
guy, isn't he? Blake Wheeler getting 3 points. That's got to feel like
two helpers,
vibes there.
And on the other side, Rhett, I knew you'd be interested to know that you see it there on your screen. This was, of course, the highly anticipated, the much ballyhooed debut in the playoffs for Jack Eichel. A resounding zeros across the board and a -3.
Also the return of Mark Stone, who hadn't played in months. And he had the Nick Ritchie face going a bit there. Not easy jumping him into playoff pace.
Now Jack Eichel make turnaround game too, have a big night.
I don't think many Vegas players have good nights. They mustered 17 shots. I'm seeing here.
They did not
on home ice.
Yeah,
playoffs.
Didn't look strong.
Yeah. That was a game that would, if you're a Flames fan, you're like, yeah, the Flames could be just fine in this series if Vegas wants to play it like that. But I think there's a lot of high-seeded favored teams that have a lot more to show. Like certainly Toronto, absolutely Vegas. Edmonton's got to be able to close out a pair of 2-goal leads if that happens again. There's a lot of top seeds with lots left to prove.
Let's go to the Toronto game. Just an absolute snot bubbling. 7-3 the final, which makes it, in a way, feel closer than it was. Marner, 3 assists.
Oh, boy.
Sitting in the room. Guys, gonna freaking help me
here.
Well,
it's 4-2, and then that weird counted that I don't know there ever was evidence across the line.
Pointed across the line, so it was. I thought the Leafs were going to come back and win this, honestly. When
it felt like I put money on them when they're down 3-0, and they stormed back a bit.
Yeah. It was 3-2, and I thought they had things going. And then, honestly, I thought too many penalties in general in that game last night.
Yeah.
Now, some of them are well warranted. Yeah, but some of them were like, what do we – come on, guys, get out of the way. Not right.
I think the fourth goal, which really killed their momentum.
Well, I was just looking here. Nylander makes it 3-2, like you say, and about a minute 18 later, Braden Point scores in the power play.
Yeah, and so that might have been the power play where – it's a slash on the stick. The stick doesn't break, and a Tampa player loses the puck, and they call that. You're like, what? Like, we literally saw Kaprizov get folded backwards in half in front of the net and no call, and you're going to call a whack on the stick? Didn't get anywhere near the hands? Like, what are we doing here, guys? And it's not like, the refs are out to get the Leafs. I just think we see it early in series all the time. Refs are trying to, like, you're not going to get away with this, and it's like, we know these whistles are going away by the time game 5 gets around. You're like, stop doing this.
Well, that's the problem, though, is that, think back to Gaudreau can't play because the refs, once the refs put the whistles away, Gaudreau's no good anymore. Well, do you want penalties? Because I didn't enjoy watching that power play. Lightning had 8 power plays, for Christ's sakes.
10 total goals. There were 6 consecutive power play goals trading back and forth.
Yeah, and obviously we'll get into the Bunting thing, but that really puts it out of reach, essentially. A 5-minute major, and then they take another minor, and it's a 5-on-3, and then they challenge Yeah, not good.
That said, it was 1-0 Lightning, a minute 18.
76 seconds, 78 seconds. Yeah, there you are.
So,
Lightning came out and absolutely took control of that game right from the start. Like they were all over them. Leafs. I don't know if
3-2. It looked like
Go
the
ahead.
Leafs finally got going, but sorry, Rhett. There was no question who was ready to go at puck drop.
Yeah, they weren't concerned with the moment. Were the Lightning. Leafs, on the other
Cooper
hand,
was kind of
looked a
asked
little
about
bit.
it. Yeah, he's like, "What do you want me to say? I'll never doubt these guys. I'll never doubt that these guys will be ready. They just have proved it year after year after year."
Rough math. They've won 11 series in the last 3 summers and springs, last 3 years.
Yeah.
I think, the spot wasn't too big for them. The other group, 7 in a row, first round exits. Like the vibes are, all of a sudden game 2 feels like a must win for Toronto. Whereas like if Tampa was down 2, they're like, no
this
worries,
video, this is after the first.
Yeah. Look at this. Just
They
dejected.
booed, for Christ's sakes. It was shameful. I don't know if they're booing their team, which is a effing joke, if they are, or the refs, maybe. I don't know what they were booing, but that was I don't cheer for the Leafs, and I'm not a big fan of their fans. But the fact that they're booing their team after one period, sad.
Also, like, feel free to be ready, guys. You've got some history on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side of. Like, could you be ready for puck drop at game 1 here at home?
Now,
well, and they into that period. I'll just a quick, because they weren't ready. Clearly, a minute 18 in, and then they were ready for the intermission because Kucherov scored with 2 seconds left to end
the next period. They score with less than 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
Like, it was back-to-back goals heading into the intermission.
and
that's got pressure capital right.
Are we? That being said, if Hedman and Chernak and whoever else are out, Leafs are winning this series.
Hey, like, I think they're a better team. They looked awful last night, but yeah, I mean, you take Hedman out of that Tampa lineup, yikes.
Well, you can't lose all those guys. Now, maybe they held them out because they felt like the game was in control. But that I don't know.
Some big
you
players.
Can't lose Hedman and that other D.
Chernak, yeah.
Kucherov, his 21st 3-point game or more. That ties him with Denny Savard for 4th most all time in NHL playoffs.
Wow.
Savard also had 21. Yari Curry 23. Mark Messier 30. Wayne Gretzky 59. But either way, I mean, Kucherov's, he's not an old man, and he's 4th all time, tied for 4th all time for 3-point playoff games.
12 series the last 3 years. That gives you a little runway.
That's the thing. We talk about it all the time. Oh yeah, but we'll see in the playoffs. That friggin' Kucherov, man.
What did Tampa have to prove in the regular season?
Well, nothing. And that's been their story for
a couple of years,
for a long time. We talked to Dave Randorf about it.
Yeah.
Kucherov, how do you ever get down on this guy? He's like, well, there are times where you'd like to see a little more try. You'd like to see a little more try. But Retro, when this has been your thing, when you're applauded for it, that we almost don't care what you do, make the playoffs for sure, but we almost don't judge you anymore on what you do in 82 games. It's what you do now, and then they almost always, for Kucherov, always steps up. So how harsh can you criticize this guy in the regular season?
Yeah, the flip side's too with Toronto, right?
You can't.
It's like these guys, it doesn't matter what they do in the regular season because they've proven they can flip a switch. And the Leafs is the exact opposite. I don't care how many points they got in the regular season. Until they show they can win in spring, I'm not buying it. Like, it's such a – to see this 2 years in a row, I think this is going to be a great series. I know the game 1 was a bit of a dud, but
who starts game 2 in the Toronto net?
What, Wall? I mean, I think
Sam's.
Your best goalie all year was Samsonov, and Murray's dinged up. There's not a lot of clarity of when he'd be healthy. Woll came in and backed up, but
I wonder how long
I don't know that you go to the AHL guy.
The AHL guy,
I'm trying to
played against the Flames and beat the Flames and was one of the top AHL guys for a stretch. I don't know.
Yeah, there's about a dozen of those guys this year, but Samsonov's got them here, and it's one bad game.
And were they all bad goals? I don't know.
There's a lot of power play. We noted that.
Yeah. Old Gio.
So anyway, I
in
just
front of that. Come on, Gio, for Christ's sakes. You're there to be a
Gio,
veteran
tough
leader. Problem
How
for
did that
him
go
is he's not a vet.
I
He's
can't
not
think
a
about
he's
that,
not a
watching-
playoff. He can't be a playoff veteran leader because he hasn't played any fucking playoff games.
Not a lot.
I was going to dig up the video for today because I wanted to kind of remember how that went when you were making your picks.
So he said, for my old buddy Gio, because I want to see him play next year, I'm taking the Lightning.
Is that what it was?
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, for old Gio, he's picking the Leafs. That's
Yeah.
good. The Lightning? So Rhett must have been thrilled last night to watch Gio get torched for a few goals against.
Perfect.
And well in line to exit again in the first round. And he could tell Gio, I was cheering for you to lose. I was really pulling for you because I wanted to watch you play another regular season next year.
Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made. Make $1 million next year, bud. Come on.
Oh man, if they ended that drought in Toronto, those guys wouldn't show up anywhere for less than $1 million.
Another league min deal out there for you, Gio. Rangers beat the Devils 5-1.
Felt like it beat the brakes off them too. Like
early goals again. Tarasenko within the first 5 minutes made it 1-0. Kreider again. We kind of talked about when we were making the picks. That power play.
Look out.
It's not Edmonton good, but it's pretty good. And
still
and
kind of like the 2018 All-Star team, but not a lot of them are like way worse now. Like Patty Kane ain't what he was, but he's still going to help you on a man advantage, no doubt. Tarasenko, same deal. He comes up with a big goal. Their goalie, when he's right, maybe the best on the planet. And one team definitely had some playoff reps, and the other team looked like it was the first time being on stage in a spotlight.
Which you see sometimes, right?
And I think you hope the Devils say, that's playoff hockey, and then can put forth a better effort. Because I think if this is a short series, what a waste of what it could have been. And because I picked the Devils.
Only 4 assists for Adam Fox.
Just.
Only 4.
He's got to learn to shoot. Yeah. I mean, he's going to have opportunities coming up.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
To his credit,
he's going to be tied to the Flames for all the wrong reasons in a Hall of Fame career.
When you can't shoot the puck, you got a muffin for a shot. I guess you have to dish it off and let other guys do the work. And then I guess we talked about it again. I didn't watch a lot of it. The 3-1 final for Seattle. I saw this morning the first time. This is so fringe, but the first time ever that a team's first playoff win has come against the Cup champ.
Okay.
And I don't know how many people none of us picked it. I think I took Colorado in 7.
You went that long? I thought we were all short series there.
I went Colorado 7.
I Colorado 5.
Seattle, here's the thing. Unlike Vegas, I don't know how Vegas did it during the regular season. They won the division and goalies and this and that. I just don't know. But Seattle scoring a ton.
Yep.
And if you can get some goaltending, and you saw a bit of it last night. Did you see that one shot went off of like almost the knob of the stick or the shaft on Grubauer? I don't know.
A couple former Avs there, hey? Grubauer and Burakovsky.
Going to have something to prove. Yeah.
And Eli Tolvanen, waiver claim. Been great for them. It's probably got 15 now playoffs in regular season. Yeah, just pick them up for free on waivers. That's a savvy little move from Ron Francis.
Scoring goals. Didn't think we'd see that kind of offense out of the Kraken, but there you go. Like you said, McCann, quietest 40-goal guy in the league.
Yeah, gotta be.
So there you go. Anybody want to change their picks? Is anybody nervous Nellies after night 1?
Jersey did not look right.
They didn't.
Toronto, you're kind of used to seeing this script where it's like, I still think it's a long series, but God, they looked awful.
But would you change your pick?
I looked this morning at what Toronto was paying to win the series, and I saw plus 115 somewhere, whether that was on social media or Betway or somewhere.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Like, if that's a little higher, I'll pounce. So at even money, I wouldn't bet them to win the series, but to try to make money. But I do think they're going to win it, and I'm looking for where's the biggest number I can jump on.
Yeah, it's only because didn't they win going away in game 1 last
5-0 in game 1 last year, and they lost in 7.
So yeah,
with one of the worst calls. And I don't want to make it about officiating, but that interference in game 7 that got called, interference, like a little pick in the zone, that happens every fucking game. Never mind in the playoffs when it never gets called. Not that they deserve to win. I'm just saying.
I think for that series, what's Hedman?
Yeah. Much Chernak. If you lose 2 of your top 4, that's trouble.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, with that offense and those guys, I'm sorry, you can't lose those 2 guys
They also have like
thinking
9D. So I don't know when they start doing it, but they've got some options. If you felt like your power play needed a boost, okay, you have Gustafsson that can jump in. If you're like, you know what, we need a bigger body, maybe we take more minutes for McCabe and Shen. Like they had Gio playing top 4. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets swapped out a bit.
Vina Nova, nice guys, bad playoff drafters.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go follow that link.
He had the LA King. I mean, maybe it comes home. There was some.
It was a weird vibe at the table because there was one fringy guy that was wearing Kings gear, and then every time they weren't sure on a pick, it was just another
King.
King.
Just went to LA, yeah.
Which so far looks all right.
What they're good at though is the lab-grown diamond business. Don't judge them on because we're probably going to make fun. We'll have the standings as the playoffs go along, and we'll keep people up to date. And I don't know. Don't judge them on who they drafted. Judge them on their lab-grown diamonds. The only store in Calgary that specializes exclusively in lab-grown. Spring is engagement season. So if that's your thing, you can be confident knowing that prices, 80% in most cases, almost across the board, Justin was saying, 80% less compared to mine diamonds. Custom design, you want to do something real special, you're all artsy-fartsy and that, well, come on in. They want to sit down with you. Like I said, you want to have, I need some devil horns here, and I need a tail on the back end here. Whatever you want to do.
Artsy-fartsy? I don't know.
That's right. If you're all artsy-fartsy, they'd love to see it. It can take 4 to 5 weeks to complete a custom piece. So plan now, plan ahead. But indeed, we are in full-blown engagement season. Maybe you're hearing this. What is it? So at Vina Nova, the 80% off? Well, I wasn't going to pop the question, but those deals are too good to pass up.
We all were at a point in our lives where
usually
a
a
lot
good reason.
Right? So this ring, 80%.
It's usually a good reason to get engaged if you can get a deal on something.
I was thinking of bailing, but babe, you want to do this thing or what? Vina Nova, vinanova.com, second story of the Stephen Avenue place. Nice spot. Nice guy.
It's a great setup there.
Did you pass the boot at your wedding, Dean?
We didn't pass the boot.
See, I went to a Sasky wedding. I think I only went to one, and it was a bottle that once it was drank, we had to ram a bunch of 20s into it. Is that what you're getting at here? That
same sort of thing. Yeah. Same sort of thing. Yeah.
No, it was one of those things. The father-in-law, he, kind of a quiet guy, farmer. It's kind of, that's pretty high, this sort of thing. So you're making the plans, and then obviously the bar, cash bar. What are we doing? There's no cash bar.
Oh, father-in-law.
Not going to invite people and then make them pay. No cash.
We're taking care of that.
Okay.
What about food?
Don't care. Didn't care about anything else.
Just the booze.
Cash bar.
Tacky.
You invite people and then make them. Get out of here. So yeah, there was no boot. No boot at the wedding. Which was just a great time. Vina Nova, you two can have. Now I laughed when because Rhett, you hadn't met Justin, who is the owner proprietor of Vina Nova, but then you met him at the draft.
Had some interactions, but never in person.
How you doing? I've met the shoveler.
She was lovely.
She's been by a bunch.
Man, I wonder if credit card statement.
Yeah, weird how that goes.
At least she's saving you money, Rhett.
Yeah, that's what she does. That's her objective every day. Save me money.
Yeah.
She's saving a lot all day.
So much saving.
Full-time job to save that much.
It is amazing that you have to buy stuff on sale just to save money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need it. Yeah, but it's on sale.
Savings in theory.
Can't afford not to buy this. Do you see the savings I'm getting here?
Yeah. You brought this to my attention this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't stumbled across it yet, but it's a good enough take a walk down memory lane.
Well, and I'm excited. I almost think, I wish we could go full screen with Rhett, but then we won't see the video we're watching. I just think all of us, we want to watch the video, but also keep eyes on Rhett.
That's right. So McLeod Law, Calgary born and established, taking care of Calgary people. Their roots run deep in this city. Long-standing client relationships. They're like the people in it, hardworking and just want the best for everybody. So let's go do a little memory lane. I won't say a word. Let's just let's take a listen and watch.
Sound up. Let's go.
Here's the shot to Bunting high. Again, off the boards. Here's Yell's shot, all big, another huge, they score! A rebound, and it's Marda the former Canuck, and the Calgary Flames will end the cup curse and move on to Detroit in round 2.
This date
Yeah.
in obviously 2004.
19 years ago today, retro. And I think I saw some fours sneaking in from the right point there in case that rebound
I had the
squeaked out.
goal. I was there. I was going to bury that.
And then I kept watching for you to show up at the corner, but you ended up hugging, I think it was Marty behind the net. Or no, Marty's in the corner. It was someone else behind the net that hugged you. I'm waiting for you to get to the corner. We got to watch it again. This is great.
Because I heard Cuthbert.
Who smashed the glass behind the net? I liked that one.
I think
right from
Kobasu missing the pile and hitting the wall. That was another highlight of this.
Look at that. That was me. I think I put that in there. Why didn't I tip it in? Look at I'm in. But pass it. Wide open. Right here. Watch. Bang. See that behind the net?
Yeah.
Who was it? Oops. Chucky.
Missed the pile.
Yep.
That's when the dream was alive, boys. Right there that night.
Play that again, Alex. It makes me feel good. Wide open.
Right there. Look at how close he is.
Kind of on your backhand, though.
Your nickname could have been the Eliminator, but instead Stinking Marty had to get that.
How are you on the power play?
That is a good question.
It was late. It was Jovo was coming out.
give
Where
him
am I? Like I was in front of the net, and where did I end up?
Right there, you went and
there's some hot
right
chick in the
there.
crowd, and you're like, I told you we'd win. I'll see you at the Roxy.
you went and grabbed the guy behind the net. Whoever
I went and grabbed
probably
Kipper. No, I go the other way. Watch. I head down the ice that way. There I am. Heading
I
down
thought
the
you were
ice
going
to
behind the
Kipper.
Vancouver net.
No, I just turned right there on the right hand.
is that you?
Okay.
Oh, all
There's a
right.
couple one. All right. Fair enough.
So
You go
now,
ahead,
of course, that overtime goal. There was much celebrating in Vancouver not long prior to that, as
Oh my God.
getting to overtime was a bit of a challenge for them. Take me through that game. It's obviously Game 7. We know how. Well, I would say we know, but I'm not for you to walk through the whole thing. But that's on this date. Take me through Game 7. What you remember?
Well, and don't you
your
start
memory
Game
is
6 because it was weird finish to Game 6 somehow.
Triple. Well, they got up like 3-0 or 4-0, and we came back and tied it in Game 6. Like we were down 4-1, I think, going into the third, and then we tied it and lost it in triple OT because I got tired and couldn't skate anymore and let Morrison score.
Brent BMO putting it right in your focus.
He's been
jerk,
pissing me off for years.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, that's what happened.
So
Game
then-
6, Game 7, I really don't remember. I remember the end when we were up 2-1, and my old roommate and good buddy Jovanovski decided to cross-check me in the face about 8 times in front of the net. And I remember the ref screaming at him, enough, stop. Honestly, for like 20 seconds. And finally, my helmet came off, and I'm like, holy, like, I get that it's times are tight right now, but he gave him a penalty, and that was the end of it. And then I remember wanting to slash Daryl Sutter on the forehead because he took me off with like 20 seconds left and put Leopold on, who rewarded that brilliance by getting burned by Matt Cook and letting him take the puck to the net and score a fucking goal.
Now, also, didn't we have
Naslander
the jersey thrown on the ice there that Jerome somehow messed up in an empty net
That
attempt?
didn't matter if the fucking Leo would have just stopped the guy at the blue line, for Christ's sake. I've said it before on the other show. I fell over backwards on the bench. I was looking up at the fucking ceiling at Rogers, whatever it's
when
called.
the tying goal goes in.
Oh my God. Yep.
So a questionable coaching decision.
Wanted to slash Daryl Sutter in the face.
In the forehead.
Jeez.
Yeah, right in the forehead.
Yeah, the face bone.
Feels harsh. Because and then you remember the visual of Jovanovski celebrating in the penalty box, jumping up and down, shaking the glass. Your buddy, loving your misfortune at that time. So so you go into the room. That's I always marvel at how teams can sometimes recover from something like that.
Sure.
You feel like you're right there.
You just
guys,
had it. It was right there.
Last minute of play. Let's go. Just tighten up. And you got to be so devastated to give up that goal. But you, like many teams have, come back and find a way. Do you remember anything about that intermission?
I remember it differently than other people have described it. So I remember the word in the room was, we're on the fucking power play. All we got to do is score and it's over. So it was along that lines.
No, I missed the timestamp. Was that the power play that you scored on, or was it later in overtime?
Yeah, it's a power play.
That was first shift. Like that was the second shift.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, it's probably Iggy's first shift, right? Like that was within the penalty time.
Yeah.
So how do other people remember it? You say you've heard different stories.
Ask them.
Well,
Are you talking teammates or Daryl, or was it like, did someone come in and have a rousing 5-minute speech in another version? You're alluding to something we're not really picking up.
Well, I'm not going to.
Somebody really motivated the crew. Okay.
All right. I would think, because they were missing Bertuzzi in that series, which was a big thing. And then they had the goalie issue. Yes, it would have been devastating. Like, not unlike the Oilers in game one, like you had a 2-goal lead, 17 seconds gone. Like, well, how did this happen? This looked like it was ours. All you had to do was look to Kipper's stall to know you still had a very good chance of winning, right? Like, never mind the power play. That's obviously big, but you always knew if it's who's going to score first. Like, we like our guy stopping pucks better than anyone else we're going to face.
He had a 1.6 goals against average for the whole season. Like, it was, he was the guy that gave us belief for the year, but not in that circumstance where you piss it away. Plus, he should have stopped that one. Fucking sieve.
Yeah.
That's right. A power play. So you're thinking we got to take advantage.
Because he sieved out in game 6 and then sieved out at the end of regulation, right?
It was going to get tougher the longer it went if we didn't score in that power play. I'll say that.
Yep. On the road, you just start thinking about what could have happened in game 6 overtime.
Good stuff. Good memory. I say it all the time. It's the one thing you look forward to going into a playoffs. Give us a memory. Give us something.
That's true. Moments.
And that's right for people that were, I say around, but if that was kind of your formative years as a kid at that time, man, and then he'd do it again. Of course.
I was at university. It was my last year at university. And I remember that, like, oh my God, they won a round. This hadn't happened since, I guess they hadn't even been in the playoffs since 96, which is when Iginla made his debut and Trent Yanni coughed it up in front of his own net. They got swept by Chicago. But they didn't win a series since 89. Like, you can hear on the call, the streak is over. Like, they finally won a series, 89-04. Whew. A lot of misery in there.
It's a lot of years.
And the Eliminator, that nickname born about 2 weeks later when he did it again against Detroit.
McLeod Law, McLeod-Law.com, personal injury lawyer extraordinaire, Peter Klein. If you're dealing with something like that right now in your life, you're not alone. Let McLeod Law come on board. Let them handle your legal, your insurance, your medical claims. You focus on your recovery. They do the rest. Their personal injury lawyers bring extensive years and years of experience and understanding to help you in your time of need.
They're fist pumping that goal, just like Flames fans watching on YouTube.
That's right. Yep.
They're pumped up about that.
Definitely were. When did you get hurt? That Detroit series, right? Didn't Darian Hatcher break your leg or something?
No, that was the Dallas series a few years prior.
Oh, okay.
Bastard.
Because I know Hatcher was a Red Wing. I wonder if he did it twice.
Oh, when Yzerman stuck me. That's right. In the eye. Game 2.
Yeah. Prick. You got him, though. You got him in the end.
That's true.
Village Honda presents the Pinder Report. Village Honda, Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life. We've been telling you about it. If you've been thinking about it, you're like, maybe I should go and... It's the $1 million buy-in event. You don't take $1 million and dedicate it to something like this unless you're serious. The buy-in event continues. Get cash for your vehicle. Top dollar for used cars and trucks and SUVs. They'll throw in throw in a tropical cruise to boot. They want your business. See more at villagehonda.com. Here is the Pinder Report.
Fellas, not a lot in Flames land. Yesterday was sure was, my goodness. And I guess now we will start to hear today was theoretically the day that Don Maloney was going to meet with Daryl Sutter. We'll see if we get any news from that. I wonder if we'll hear from Daryl. I don't know that that's been made clear.
I'm sure
might
he's
tweet out.
really hoping.
He might tweet out something
He loves
later.
social media.
Tweet, yeah.
Watch for his TikTok account. Could be really active in the coming days.
Hey guys, good meeting. Any chance I can go talk to the media? Can we assemble the media here before we leave?
Do you guys have the social media crew here? I'd love to do a TikTok right now. I got this dance I'm working on. I'm going to tell everyone I'm back for next year. There could be some Flames organizational news, though, today, as the AHL is set to announce their Goaltender of the Year award.
Big D's back. All right. Do a little hey.
He's driving a tractor in the summer and whipping him into shape on the bench in the winter. Goalie of the year, going to be Dustin Wolf. We'll wait for that announcement today. The real drama will be, does he win AHL MVP? Wolf only wins goalie of the year every year in every league he plays in. So just be ready to be shocked. And please leave room for this guy next fall, right, Dean?
He's
go on a run. Play for a while.
Yeah, he's ready. You know, I feel like he's earned a shot.
They have a bye in round 1, which will begin tonight in the Pacific Division. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday are the best of 3 play-in series that 6 other teams in the Pacific will have to go through. Wranglers, the only team waiting with a bye. They will grab the lowest seeded team coming out of those 3 series. Let's move to the NHL. Supposed to be one of the best rivalries in the NHL when it's going hot, and we got it in the playoffs for the first time for this Devils crew in a while, and a veteran-laden Rangers crew with a lot of firepower. This was not close last night. Here is what's going on. I believe this is the New York Post? Looks like the Post. There's a 4-pager today. There's wonderful. Rangers dominate Young Devils for decisive win to open series. It was all of that. One team looked like they knew what was happening. The other, hope they're not checking down my leg because the socks are yellow, if you're picking up my vibe. They were
Come on,
comfy.
Lindy Ruff. Get your boys going. Jeez.
That's right.
Yeah, and look, hey, it's first time. Game 2. Well, it's 4 points. Are you kidding me? Chris Kreider. One of those guys. It's like, you know, you got all these superstars. Don't forget Kreider scored 50. What was that, 2 years ago? Like, my goodness.
Couple power play goals. Pretty good.
Riches.
How do you feel about not taking your boy Shesterkin? I thought out of
You know what? And I looked, and again, I set my picks in FlamesNation. I picked the Rangers. I don't know what the hell happened to me. It's like I had a lobotomy between that article, right, sending that in.
You may still be correct. I was just surprised. I knew your love for that guy.
Yeah, and I also just kept thinking all year long, I love this Devils team, but man, it's going to be interesting to watch them when playoffs start because it's first time for most of their core. Like Dougie's played a bit. Jack Hughes has not. A lot of this decor has not. The goalies have not.
They miss Ken Danico.
Elias?
If they can get Bobby Holik for game 2.
Here's the next
Bobby
series.
Holik.
Oh, starting high. Bobby Holik. That guy is, he was a brick poop house.
Tampa, Toronto last night. This one got underway in the, center of the university, and they hosted games 1 and 2 and got away from the Leafs early. This was ending up not close and not terribly interesting. Tampa pounced all over the Leafs. We talked about it, a goal 78 seconds in, and 10 goals. Kind of had a little bit of the Flames-Oilers game 1 vibes last year. At least the Oilers did tie it up at one point there, but it just like, this is not a playoff game. Could they actually choke again? Could you lose in the first round 8 times in a row? It does feel almost impossible. But really, there could be an opening for a young rookie. Is Bunting likely to get punted? A hearing today for the illegal check to the head and interference against Eric Chernak. He left the game. Bunting leaves his feet, and there's principal point of contact to the head. There's a lot of bad there. And then before Chernak even hits the ice, he's got palms to the air looking at the ref. Whoa. That's a dumb play. Don't do that. Like, where's the puck here? What are we even doing?
You can never penalize intent. You can never, right, Rhett? It's pretty clear what guy was trying to do on that play.
You can penalize stupidity, though, right? It's like, this is just,
Well,
what are you doing?
I find it funny, too, that Bunting was doing a good job because he got Chernak to take a penalty on him earlier in the game. It's almost a similar play where Chernak drilled him pretending like he wasn't going to. Anyway, this one, though, ouch.
And so Matthew Nyes, the hot shot out of college, who played a couple games down the stretch, practicing in a regular jersey, Bunting in the, you're probably not going to be in the lineup jersey. I think they're anticipating suspension. Maybe they just make a lineup change. That was a dumb play. But the super kid will get a chance to jump into that potentially top 6 with the Leafs, which would be where his skill set would fit. Big pressure game 2 coming up tomorrow in Toronto for this Buds team that basically has to shake the rep of being the biggest choke job we've seen maybe in our lives.
For the amount of attention that they get.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure there's been some other teams who have had some awful runs, but there's no, I don't know.
The Sharks had a run for a while there where they can get out, but they at least won a couple first rounds. I don't know that we'll ever see a team as good as this one not win a round. Like, we're talking always over 100 points. We're talking Maurice Richard winner, 100-point players, coach of the year type time regular season performances. Here they are. Like, if this is done, this thing's blown up. GM's gone. Matthews is a year away from free agency. Nylander a year away from free agency. Like, stakes are high in Toronto.
So where does the Leafs losing rank for you, Rhett? Because because we said yesterday about the Flames win or Oilers lose, what feels better? It seems high, right? That's some long arms too.
Very high.
When
very high.
When Rhett's holding it that high, that's
Watch
how high it
ceiling,
ranks. Yeah.
I don't
Next
like
game.
them. I tried to cheer for him a couple of years ago, the Leafs, and I can respect the skill and the this and the that. It's the fans and the media that make you puke in your mouth. Like, you just can't support them.
Second period, and we're 5 minutes in, and some of the people in the lower bowl are actually back to their seats for playoff. Like,
Yeah,
someone broke a pane
seat.
of glass in training camp. Like, it's just too much all the time. Next series.
Yeah.
Winnipeg at Vegas. Morgan Barron.
Correct.
This is all about Morgan Barron. You asked about, we talked off the top of the show about a gruesome injury. Watch carefully here for a skate blade near a head.
Watch the goalie skate, and there's 36 Barron. He will go for the puck, and there it is.
Yeah, and that's probably enough, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah,
oh, no. 76? 76 stitches, Rhett. Now, this was not, a samurai blade at full velocity through the stomach, but it is a cut. And look at this mother back on the bench.
So lucky.
With the cage. Right. We've got some other images as well. There's him post-game. That eyes popped out. You could see 76 stitches. It's a hockey player.
Yeah.
Good
so
Lord.
Lucky. He was asked, what were you thinking? He said, I just, did we score? Because I knew the puck was right there.
Oh, my God.
Lucky. I mean, God, so happy for that kid. That's how that ended up.
Well, in the game, he liked the result. They didn't score on that play, which felt crazy, but they do get the victory here. It's kind of tight, but then pulled away at the end. And honestly, Vegas do better. 17 shots at home, game 1. You're a division leader. Not impressive.
The debut of Jack Eichel, making his presence felt.
How do you like that goaltending match? It was like, you backed me up 2 years ago, and I got like 70 starts because we didn't trust you.
Yeah.
We're good. Let's go to Colorado, where Seattle pulled off an upset against the defending Stanley Cup champs. Colorado kind of had the Vegas vibes. Need to be shown a little more. Kraken got a lead, never trailed. And yeah, that's a pretty solid, steely first ever playoff game for a franchise on the road against the defending champs. And it was their old goalie who stopped 34 of 35 after maybe one of the worst seasons of goaltending we've seen. It was probably worse than Markstrom this year, what they got from Grubauer last year. This is unbelievably bad. Good last night against his old team, 3-1 your final. And it's not the first time Denver's had their way with Seattle. Or excuse me, vice versa. Seattle. That's Denver's daddy. They're the owner. Check this out. They upset Russell Wilson and the Broncos in week 1. That was the big, I believe, Sunday night showdown or Monday night showdown in week 1 of the season. Broncos clearly were going to be favored. University of Washington beats Colorado Buffs 54-7. Mariners sweep the Rockies. Wow. Kraken upset the Avs and the MLS team, the Rapids. They lost to Seattle, whatever they're.
I was going to say not that they would need anything to get excited about in Seattle, but worst case, a 1-1 series
coming home tied.
First playoff.
Yes, that building. Man. I want to see, because they've been on a bit, and you've seen it with Calgary, but this is a real chance for the hockey world to tune in for how nuts can Seattle get for hockey.
But again, what are they out there, Rhett? They may not even get that excited
because they're
dorks.
Hippie,
Doped
dope
out.
smoking.
High as a
Doped out
hippies.
hippies.
They don't even know what hockey is. Where's the puck?
That's right.
Their $1,000 US a seat prices, I bet. We'll check in on secondary prices when that series rolls around. I think they're slated to play there Saturday. I expect a pretty penny. Okay, we'll move along. Here's things we know after everyone's now played a game one. Favorites 2-6. Favorites have lost 6 in a row. We talked about it earlier. I don't know that this trend continues, but I like it if you like longer series. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of 4 or 5 gamers on tap here if the favorites are down in 6 of the 8 series. We'll see. Who's in the most trouble? We talked about that earlier. That's not the, I could spell it differently. Here's tonight's slate. We got some news for tonight's games. We're at the 4 games we opened the playoff slate with on Monday are back again tonight. Some notes from each. First off, we have Isles and Carolina. That one, well, it was one of the rare home wins. Carolina got a power play goal, held on. Islanders had a chance late, couldn't bury. Antti Ranta only allowed 1. That was a good night of work when he was a surprise starter for game 1. Game 2, there'll be no Patrice Bergeron for the Boston Bruins. They host the Panthers at 5:30 tonight. Florida, you liked some of the things you saw there, but Boston just looked like the grizzled old vets that weren't going to be fooled once they got that lead. What do you expect tonight for the Panteros in Beantown?
I think what you just said would be huge for the Panthers is to get a lead and play with a lead as opposed to trying to track down the Bruins. I don't think it's going to be good for my Panthers.
There's some questions about ice conditions in Edmonton. Busy venue, right? Because they got the new rink. No, I wasn't there. I didn't see anything announced, but when they have to turn it over from, say, like a concert or jiu-jitsu, or maybe it's a big, hey, we're going to talk about God. Let's get 15,000 people here, whatever the event was. And I saw this, and I thought, if this is last night in Edmonton, we're in huge trouble for the ice conditions tonight for the Oilers and the Kings. So take a look, Rhett. And I think it's Edmonton just because, no, that's for later. We'll go with the other one here first. My apologies.
Come on, Pinder. Jesus.
I have 2 scratched out numbers. I don't know what's first one.
I got to number them right, Pinder. You said.
So there, look, we had a big wrestling event last night, and this had to be Edmonton because look, everyone's throwing their garbage on the performers.
That's right.
So what are the ice conditions going to be like at Rogers Place here? If they got to get all that wrestling gear out there, people are probably hammering darts, hot air, wrestling. I'm concerned.
Like, I understand that's when the Hulkster turns heel, it's a big deal, but you can't be throwing stuff like that, guys.
And so, Oilers fans, they're getting ready for game 2 tonight.
Yeah,
this is what you do on a game day in Edmonton. Apparently,
got his empties ready. He'll be throwing them at the TV tonight because he's
stretching, getting limber.
Realize that he's too cheap to pay for those tickets and to be disappointed. So I'll just throw it at the TV now.
It'll warm up those limbs.
I would love to donate these empties to your charitable cause, but I need them for game 2.
No, it was Kings fans throwing them. Someone wanted to share their beer with Anze.
I see. Yeah.
Anze, I'm so happy about your 4-point night. A beer on me. And then he just missed, and Anze wasn't looking. It was the Kings fans that were throwing garbage.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, total miscommunication.
Oh,
yeah. So they're there, getting ready. Game 2 tonight. You don't want to pull anything, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Now, is that the third? Is that old orange there, or am I off a bit?
That's the copper, right? It's the copper.
That's the copper. I mean, it's game day. You got to get warm, get loose. Let's go. Finally, last bit of news. No surprise here. Dallas Stars will be without Joe Pavelski for tonight's contest, game 2 against Minnesota. This is far and away the most physical game of all the game 1s we saw. He got dumped awkwardly on that hit from Matthew Dumba, the Calgarian. The Major rescinded.
Was that not the same or very similar to Bunting hitting Chernak in the head?
At least the puck was there with Pavelski, and it's like, is it late or is it not? Bit. The puck was never in Chernak's control. But it kind of went within a few feet of him. But the angle and the collision is similar.
I still don't think that's what they base the decision on. It's point of contact, is it not? Puck or not?
Here. Yes, but you can see he just moves the puck. Chernak never
doesn't matter.
So
that's the point. My point is, it doesn't matter if you put your shoulder
about
into
where the
someone's
contact
chin. It doesn't matter
even if
has
he
the
had
puck.
the puck on his stick. Yeah,
I understand
still
that part
happen.
of
if
it.
he rises up and clips him right on the chin with his shoulder or elbow, it's
Correct. Now, we also understand you are not fair game when you don't have the puck. But yes, the type of collision's very similar.
yeah, but it's not about with the puck. It's about the hit to the head.
For suspension,
You could
or
have
for penalty.
You could have the puck, and if you jump up and hit the guy in the chin with your shoulder pad.
Yeah. So I see a jump on. Do we have the Dumba one again? Sorry. I see what you're saying here. Pavelski doesn't see him coming. And does he leave his feet? And because at one angle, it looks like it's chest gets it first, and another, it looks up high. There's no doubt on the Bunting one. Principal points the head. Yeah. Like his shoulder's tucked. He's down low, and the sticks happen to get up into the head of Pavelski.
I'm not to be that guy. I'm more with Rhett. I think these two hits live very much in the same neighborhood.
Always picking Rhett. Just hurt
I
my
know.
feelings, Steen. It's a Pinder report. You can't even sign me on one thing. Stampeders news as we switch gears. You know those candy cane jerseys that came out a few years ago?
I do.
They are like not only loving those old ones from, I think, the 50s, they're doubling down. This is the full setup this year, home and away. This is going to be unbelievable.
Very nice.
And
Brown
they've
helmets.
tweaked them a little too. Look at that. Those are the reds. And then they have the inverse coloring with the stripes and the white. Love it. By the way, Stampeders open June 8th at McMahon. It's kind of like Fenway, except not at all like Fenway. It's old. That's the only thing that's similar. BC Lions in town. It's the season opener for the CFL. And we're going to have the new head honcho on, Jay McNeil, at some point in the month of May to get us fired up for the season opener.
Is he the head honcho?
Well, I think he's the Grand Poobah, I believe, is the title on this.
What about Dave?
Well, we'll talk to
Dave
Dave
still
too.
around?
What, we can only do one Stamps interview?
I
I
kind of thought Dave or Huff. I thought they were the.
Hey, Dave, how did you decide on these new jerseys? What's going on for the fans this year?
How many honchos can you have?
A lot of ponchos
They
for
got a
honchos.
lot of honchos over there.
Last couple for you, fellows. Let's start with, let's see. What do we label 98 in there? Let's just run it. I'm trying to remember what we put in. Oh, yeah. Okay. So
This guy getting punched out.
So I don't know what sport this is. Why don't you describe what you're seeing, Rhett? Alex, let's let it run. So looks like we're in a.
Looking at a beautiful man urinating on a man in front of him. On his. I think they're at a bullfighting match. It's a bullfighting match, and that guy is showing his horn and just pissing on the guy in front of him.
It's a little tinkle.
Ole. It's a good thing the guy's
he's
because he looks like he's wearing like a leather jacket. At least hopefully he Scotch guarded that thing.
And I think the guy,
you
the
stand up
security
and you're
guy
looking at
in the
stars.
ring, I think the security guy in the ring told the other guy, or he wouldn't have noticed.
This guy's pissing on you.
Hey, that guy's
there has to be more to this video. This doesn't end like this.
I do want to know what the PE does after he finds out that the PER has been doing that.
Yeah, the O's do it to the E's. That was always the rule in business school there.
Because I'd probably be swinging for the fences if I'm the PE.
Yeah, if someone's going to get drilled at a sporting event, it's that guy.
Yeah.
And you're right about the security guy. He's saying, I don't know if you have brass taps at home, but you're getting a golden shower here, buddy.
And dude better go see a doctor because that's
a bad flow.
That's not a good stream.
Wow, there's no way you're confident. You can't be confident doing that. There's a lot of eyes on you. Something you know you shouldn't be doing. You're a little bit nervous. It's pinching off itself.
And you asked if we should show it. We've shown it 20 times and have gone into deep color commentary.
That's right. Finally, we'll lighten the mood.
Yes.
No,
that's
not this again.
That's what that guy does.
That's how that ends. That's the only way that last video can end. Yeah.
Finally, very exciting news. We got the kid baseball rosters came through last night. Very excited. We're working on our moves, and I'm hoping to see one of these this year. First year kid baseball for the young fellas in the house. This is quite a move. No.
Go, mommy, go!
Everyone hungry for the ball.
Again.
Whoop!
Come on.
Are we on the way to first? No one at first. It's like watch Timbits hockey. There's like 12 kids at the ball. Okay, you got it. Now where are you throwing it? Everyone's standing around each other.
Oh! And
Beauty.
a cartwheel.
Beauty.
And a cartwheel.
Yeah, just keep him away from Odur's kid. He'd be clocked for that, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Meanwhile, the manager's like, guys, you can't fall to the cartwheel.
Bink. All right. That's your Pinder report, fellas.
That's not that kid's first cartwheel.
No, he knows what he's doing.
Good for him. Well done. Village Honda brings you the Pinder report every day on
They're very proud. I'm
so
sure.
proud. In the Northwest Auto Mall, online, villagehonda.com. Detailing packages on sale starting at $79.95. Get your rig, and I know it's that time. And probably, I would think, this is not from the, book in your tire swaps, get your detailing done. And while the tire swaps are in, you're probably going to want to get a service, oil change, that whole thing.
If you're already in it, the coffee
Not
maker.
if you're going to Manitoba. Don't switch your tires if you're going to Manitoba.
No, if you're going to Manitoba, keep those studded tires.
Just
on
don't go to Manitoba.
If that's an option.
Too.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant.
Vegas has to. You
point.
don't.
Yes, that's a brilliant point
that
by you,
strategy
Ryan.
worked really well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
avoid at all costs.
VillageHonda.com. I also have a couple of videos here. Well, there's a few. I'm not as happy about one, but the other ones, I know I do the thing on Monday, kind of look at the weekend. But there were a few that popped up that I wanted to, and it's not just videos, just some stuff. And I figure if I do it on Monday for a Green Drop, I'm going to just throw Green Drop a little love again today, because there again, Green Drop. They come by your yard, they assess. Okay, so here's where it's going to get all day sun here and more shade here. And what kind of do we need to aerate? Do we not need to do it? It's what they do for a living. You don't, I don't, you don't. Why would we, why would you do anything but go to greendrop.com, get the experts on board, have an unbelievable lawn. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. It just seemed like that was one of those things that I just do my own yard. And then you get the service and you realize, what was I thinking? It is worth it in every sense I can stress to you. Lawn fertilization packages start with the beautiful basics, run all the way up to the beautiful premium package. It adds aeration, overseeing the soil booster to help your lawn stay healthy and lush all year long. Greendrop.com. So this one came up the other day. I think it was it Monday night, game one. Again, I'm not, NBA playoffs, but Sacramento with a big win over the Golden State Warriors in game number one. Seth Curry and Draymond were all very upset. The fans in Sacramento have not had a lot to cheer about. This is Bob Myers, the general manager of the Warriors, who in Sacramento, you got to sit in the seats. I get no press boxes, there are no preferred seating. And he has I'm going to guess this is a Sacramento fan sitting right behind him. Judged on,
so the guy in the suit's the GM, you're telling me, and
so
the guy in the
one guy is sitting, and as we roll the video, this guy with the bell fan, guy in suit, general manager.
You did a little bit of scouting, right? You ever want someone hammering a bell in your ear for an hour? Oh boy,
we've seen a lot of videos where people are turning and punching people in the face at sporting events. I'm shocked that that's not how this one ended.
That guy is as high and wasted as you possibly can be.
That's what the Kraken fans are going to look like, Rhett's telling us. I'm excited for that. That's a good crowd. You get 15, 20,000 of those? Heck yes.
I can't believe they're letting cowbells into the stadium. What if he tossed that thing?
Can't be walking around with a cowbell.
That's right. Pow. That's how that would end.
Oh, that is. You're right. Yeah.
Think of NHL general managers. Like, what if you did that to?
Can you imagine the Leafs guys sitting in the stands? They'd get absolutely accosted.
Be no good. This one made me laugh. I don't like the Red Sox. No one does. No one should. This is, I believe this is from last night. The Red Sox at Fenway, much like McMahon at Fenway. This is the late stages of the ball game, and of course, in the right corner, they have the foul pole and very low walls. So you'll see that there. You see it. Minnesota, Boston tied at 4, and Alex Verdugo at the plate. We can let it roll as he's going to send one to deep right, which is in foul territory. Except see how it kind of juts in there, and all of a sudden, it actually bangs off the wall and stays fair. they win the game. Little walk-off there for Alex Verdugo. There you see the replay. Now listen to Verdugo's post-game.
What's going through your mind as they're taking time to really evaluate that play again?
Please be fucking fair. Oh, my bad. But please be fair, man. I was like, I just didn't want to pull one and fucking, that dang. I didn't want.
We're live, Alex.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I didn't want to roll over, you know.
That's two in one post-game interview.
Pretty impressive.
2 F-bombs on live television on Nesson and
Hey, man, you're messing with the pesky pole. That's big stuff.
What were you thinking?
No, but are you upset with them? I mean, he didn't mean.
I love it. One more time.
And then the guy's trying to reprimand him. We're live here, Alex. Shut
Be
up.
fucking fair. Oh,
Live.
my bad. But please.
Best interview. This idiot's going to get more attention because he swore twice than any other interview he does all year.
Good player. They love Benny there. That's one of their good ones.
Now, see, that tells you a little bit about Verdugo. I dig this guy.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Oh, please be fucking fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, wait.
That was the centerpiece of the Bets deal.
Is that a Verdugo headbandy thing he's wearing, though?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Bo Sox or Verdugo, but he's got a branded headband there. There's a G. Could be Verdugo.
U and a G. I don't know.
At the same time,
that's
Pinder's
a little
wearing
much
a
for me.
barn burner hoodie with his name on it, so.
Oh, your name's on it too, and Rhett's got his full name on it. So
it's merchandise. It's about you got to
monetize,
support
Retro.
the brand.
Come
right?
on.
Speaking of Pinder, we had the video on Monday of the high kicks. Now you're saying which high kicks? Was it one from Jasper?
The lobby in Jasper.
In the
last pond hockey
tournament. Yeah, the lobby of the Jasper Park. No, not that one.
With the off the bench guys?
No, that's not the one. This was the video from the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino on Friday night. Pardon me. You were doing high kicks. You caught the attention of the band who was playing at the stage bar.
Top of the bar. What a stage.
There it is. So, like I'm sure everyone would do, you had to get up on stage. Now again, this is on top of the bar, so you had to climb a flight of stairs, go through the kitchen area to get up there.
Yeah.
And
it's a good kick. I'm glad that's one we got on film. I'm proud of that one.
It's a good one.
Good extension.
Because you did have some that weren't as good on the floor. It looked like you were kind of laboring a little bit.
Well, you try lefties every once in a while, and it's like.
Did she just whisper in your ear, "Get the F off the stage, please"? Or what
I was trying to leave. She says, "No, stay with us the rest of the song.
We're going to do the can here." Look at the fiddle players kind of into it. So this is very nice.
Bring the place to life.
It could have really gone poorly, but
Pinder, if you're going to kick. The listeners can't see
that's
this.
how that could have ended.
I thought that there's a 50-50 of that.
So then, so that was on Monday. We put that on the show, and then it kind of made the rounds. It didn't go viral, but it caught the attention apparently of the band. This was some of their social murder. The band is Foxworthy. These two lovely ladies. Do you think Pinder even had a clue he was up on stage with a country music Alberta nominated duo? Probably not, because we didn't recognize him in his sequin coat, man bun, and high kicks. So you are each on each other's radar after that chance meeting on Friday night. Isn't that unbelievable? Isn't that beautiful?
Entertainers like us, we're just cut from the same cloth, you know?
Yeah.
We knew what the people needed that night.
Entertainers indeed. Sequin, man bun, and high kicks.
And I'm a little worried about this. I don't know. I'm getting a little different vibes.
Foxworthy on their Twitter account. Hey, fellas, seems like we need to tell our side of the story. Hashtag high kicks for everyone. Hashtag I'm with the band. Hey, Flames aren't in the playoffs. We got nothing but time. I'm down to hear
out on this.
I'm down to hear that side of the story.
Loading it up. Okay, where do we get the kick in? 3, 2, right on the beat, and
now this is into the performance a little bit. By the time I got the phone out and started recording, it wasn't all. Oh, hey, handsome stranger, come on up here and do some high kicks. It was a little bit of what the fuck.
The poor fiddler, but the back was like, what? Who
the is this guy just coming up here? Because again, you got to go through the kitchen and climb stairs to get up here. It's not like you just jump by some security guard.
I mean, this is the kind of entertainment you're going to find at the Grey Eagle almost on a 365 night a year basis.
We don't. Please don't.
Don't go on stage.
Please don't.
Understand that there will be great performances on stage.
Don't.
It's the event center. Always something happening. Casino. Love it.
I thought you'd be a better dancer.
Yeah, you need to hear the tunes, and I'm not really a country guy. I'm trying to feel
it's the country music that has you.
I liked it a lot. I just didn't. I can't two-step. I don't know what I'm doing there, so I'm waiting for a time to rip out a high kick.
Stuck with those kicks. Those half-ass kicks were weak. Like you're not. That's
yeah,
not
they
you.
want to can line. I'm trying to leave, and she's like, no, you're not going anywhere.
And the thing is, up there, you've got mic stands and monitor speakers, and there's a bunch of people up there. You're kicking. He's going to kick the drum kit over or something. Some guitar's going to go boing.
Catch a singer right in the chin.
Yeah.
Someone got out of there unscathed, in and out. Oh yeah.
See, or this was. I can't believe we still have this. This is.
Oh, that was terrible.
Left leg. So good. I know, because I tried to launch at the left. We're switching lefts and rights here because rights is easy. Left turn is good.
It's everywhere we go.
And so we've been invited back to this place.
We're in negotiations, but yeah,
not yet.
There may or may not be a lobby high kick policy instituted.
There was it was great to have you kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Which I didn't ask to elaborate. Stuff fell down.
Yeah, what time is this? About 1:30 in the lobby?
Yeah, this is late.
The staff weren't too impressed. You see, they're pretending to be busy there at the computer at 2 a.m.
It's a Fairmont resort.
See, on the post, guys. Beauties. On the bench.
I've said this before. You should be a entertainment company. You should rent yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show up. I'll play the music.
Dancing Boomer.
With your boom box. I'll pick the songs. I'll say this. We'll do the speech.
Everyone do a round of shots. Start high kicking. Just add booze.
I'll bang one of the bridesmaids.
That's not what happened on any.
We'll do some high kicks. I'll cut the cake at midnight or whatever the frig you do with weddings and stuff. You should this is right up your alley. You're a party favor.
Yeah, until the gout kills me, and then tell my family I love them, right?
Yeah. All right, so there's those videos, and another. It happened last week, and now apparently, turnabout is fair play because I was showing all the videos for outdoor dental. We've told you about outdoor dental and the snoring treatment. You get 2 15-minute treatments.
That's it.
The Soleil laser, back of your throat, it tightens the soft palate up, and your snoring goes away. It's reduced greatly. I don't want to speak for them, but it basically takes care of your snoring and allows you to sleep and allows people around you to sleep. And when you get more sleep, you're more well rested. When you're more well rested, just everything in life is better. Outdoor.dental is the website.
There's your sleep shirt.
You got another video of me.
That doesn't fit. You got to throw out the old ones.
Where did you get this from?
This is not your sleep shirt.
Was this after the draft? Because I was very tired. On my feet all night. We were calling out all those draft picks. I got to go see Jay.
Full swell going on there.
Jeez. Whoa. Now, does that help letting the barrel breathe a little? I'm sort of thinking you wish you had sweatpants on.
You got to let the barrel breathe.
Belt shouldn't be working that hard when you're sleeping.
Oh, there's phone rings.
What is that?
Look how embarrassed I am.
Oh, dude.
Oh, jeez. You guys are taking video of me. You scamps. You stinkers. Did you get me on video?
I love that you still got a landline at home.
Yeah.
Analog guy in a digital world.
Outdoor dental dentistry with no needles, no drills, no stress. Soleil laser treatment is an excellent solution. For those of you that just the regular run-of-the-mill dentistry, it's not your thing. 1 to 2 minutes, well relaxed, comfortable, pain-free, back to your day in minutes, and of course the snoring treatments, which clearly I need desperately. Oh, outdoor dental.
Which end was that?
Outdoor dental.
That was a snore.
And if you do, this is one of those things. Because talking to Jay, and when he's like, I'd love to know. He's like, sometimes when it's barn burner people that come in, we know it's barn burner people. Sometimes they will bring it up, or we just know. We just kind of know if it's your listeners.
Someone's parking an 18-wheeler in front of the signs.
Comes in doing high kicks.
Yeah.
Hey, let them know. Say, heard about it on Barn Burner. I want to know more. Even if you don't get it, go in and find out more details. I mean, I'm pretty good at explaining things.
I would agree. Yeah.
But I don't have all the answers. Outdoor.dental is the website. Book it. And while you're there, just take your whole family, get rid of your old regular dentist in their mouth with friggin' hacksaw and a hatchet, chipping away at shit in there. Get rid of them and get into outdoor dental.
It shouldn't be a cave where they're like chiseling rocks into circles, right? Like
I was one the other day. I had to go in. Somebody had a chainsaw. Yeah, they're taking a steel chainsaw into the back. Steel.
Not a Husqvarna.
Husqvarna. Speaking of Jasper,
yeah,
if you do go there, no high kicks, but go there and do everything else. But
you want to do some backflips, no high kicks.
You want to go kayaking. You want to go hiking. You want to go whatever you want to do up there. Just no high kicks in the lobby of the Fairmont.
Little taste of all the seasons right now, Jasper.
That's right. The escape card is still good for you at the old Marmot Basin. Open till May 1st. Warmer temperatures, just better experiences all around. The new Marmot Basin Cirque vast and impressive new terrain above the tree line. What is it? The Helicat? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Helicat. Experience these the new terrain. Views are incredible. Skiing, snowboarding, second to none. And second to summer's right around the corner. Golf course is opening late May.
What a course.
Thawing lakes, canoeing, rafting. The Sky Tram is open. Summer camping, front country, back country. Go online and book it in. Jasper, Venture Beyond.
Love it.
There you go.
They haven't closed down all the good restaurants and bars there either. Those are still there?
I think so. I think
okay,
they're
good.
still there. Yeah.
Just asking for a friend.
Yeah. Still there. Betway Bets. Betway Bets of the day.
We're going to be singing from the same hymn sheet, I think, today, Dino.
You think so?
We both talked about it yesterday and today.
What's Kerr got on the show today?
Why, is he milling about?
Yeah, he's here. Kerr!
Robert!
What do you got on the show today?
Oh!
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Tell me.
So
I couldn't hear.
Just the game with Rob Kerr, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here in this studio on this same YouTube channel. Brent Cron, is he coming in? In studio, Brent Cron.
Mm-hmm.
And is the other guy coming in, or are we? Okay, doesn't matter. He doesn't need to come in.
Well, you just want to hear the stories. I don't care what room he's in.
Because on this date in 2004, Marty Jones
day.
scores a big goal. You know who was calling the play-by-play on that? The legendary Peter Marda.
The Hall of Famer?
On Just a Game with Rob.
So on Just a Game with Rob Kerr today, a Hall of Fame broadcaster and an exotic fish collector.
Could have gone worse. Know how you love taking runs at my friend.
Taking runs, just stating facts. He collects fish.
Can he high kick? He's flexible. Can he high kick?
He's very flexible. He can do splits one way still. And he golfs barefoot.
Okay,
it's a first tee trick.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Here's what I need. I need an event. At the next big event, whatever it is.
High kickoff?
High kickoff and leg wrestling competition between you and Cron.
I don't want any part of that. Rhett can do the wrestling.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll do the high kicks.
Because you've got the so much this
Ever since
large
that
lever.
Stupid cow challenged me to race. I can't do it. I pulled my hammies. I'm done.
I've got a scoop on that, by the way. Cow?
Yeah.
Tough year last year. Not unlike what happened to Rhett.
No.
Behind the scenes, I am told, efforting to find the quickest bovine creature in the pasture. They need a new cow.
They are.
I think I would assume, understand, like they are the best at it. It's the world's fastest cow. It's not the third fastest. Like people in charge of the world's fastest cow are all over this, I imagine. They're probably well into the races to determine who's going to be world's fastest cow. But the original cow sent to pasture.
T's and P's to the original cow. That is a blow to.
It's a scoop. It's not official. I don't want to be a rumor monger, but a very good source.
Gee, think about that, Retro. I mean, your career came to an end, and how unhappy and miserable you were, right?
And still are, yeah.
To be told that you just can't do it anymore. That you were the best at. They're now moving on.
Well, you know what?
The head honcho told them
this is athletics. This is pro sports. You don't often get to, say goodbye on your terms.
No, it's hard to hang on and be at the top forever. It's
not
it
everyone
sneaks up on you too.
It was a hell of a run. So do you think it's results based? Was the Cow losing a lot of
There were
races?
some tougher results last year, but overall, the resume exemplary. First ballot Cow Hall of Fame for sure.
It's a results driven business.
Yeah.
This
And
world's fastest cow. If
wear
you're not
and
the world's
tear.
fastest cow,
I mean, no one wants to see the world's third fastest cow. I'll say that.
Son of a gun. Never mind this Bo Levi bullshit. This is
Well,
the biggest story of the offseason.
Biz Nasty came to town and false started, but it wasn't close. It's been a little bit of chicanery going on around the fastest cow.
That, you know what you did? You just rocked me.
I know. Also,
freaking
so
rocked.
June 8th, season opener, BC Lions. Thursday night, going to be beautiful. First game of the CFL season. Starts the whole season off in Calgary. I'm looking forward to see the rookie cow.
I don't even know if I can do my Betway bets.
I bet
You
you're
didn't
tuning
give
into
me
that
a-
football game.
You didn't give me a.
Is it a
Heads
calf
up on
now?
that.
It's a new cow. Is a calf,
I
right?
think it
Are
was
we
a
running
calf issue.
calves?
That's what got the cow out. It's a calf issue.
Holy shit.
Anything else there? I mean, it's utter disgrace that this has come down to this.
Oh boy.
Time to move on. That way, Bets. He's taking out the earbuds.
Alex.
Do your Betway
Oh, jeez.
bets. Do your
You're gonna
Betway
send me to
bets.
pasture. All right, Alex, I'll do my bets. We know what happens when Connor McDavid doesn't score points.
Betway on your phone, 19 or be responsible. See you, buddies.
Ontario, yeah. All right, Dino. We'll see you later. Sorry about the puns. Yeah. Thought Ron McLean could do it. I could do it. Not quite the same, is it? Here we go. McDavid, first goal score. I looked at what 2 points for McDavid paying, minus money. You like to get in on a McDavid with plus money. Here's what I'm doing. First goal of the game. He's off the score sheet in game one. He explodes early, plus 500. We love that. And then Pavel Zacha for like every Bruins goal in game one was like 6 inches from the paint. He's getting one tonight. Had one helper. Could have had 3 or 4 easy in game one. Probably not 4 because he only scored 3. Zacha with an anytime goal plus 250. Those my Betway bets of the day. You like
I
those,
like
Rhett, or
that
what?
McDavid. I like that McDavid one. I would say he's going to get it in the first 5 minutes.
I boost that to like 2,500 if that's the case. Tomorrow we'll react. We'll see if the Oilers have evened things up or if they're 0-2 heading to Tinseltown. Tuckerville, if that's the case. Also, the other 3 series tonight, we've got Florida-Boston, Islanders-Carolina, and Minnesota-Dallas. Catch a little of that if you can, Rhett. I know it's later. That's been the most physical series. It feels the most like playoff hockey, at least from that Monday night. No Pavelski for the Stars. We'll see you tomorrow, Rhett.
Oilers suck.
See ya.